Hello.
Hey,
Hey, sorry, I was just getting the audio working.
no, that's all right. How are you?
Yeah, good. How you going?
Yeah, very good. So you're in Queensland, aren't you?
I am. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Uh,
Whereabouts are you?
Melbourne.
Ah, sunny Melbourne.
Yeah. Well, first day of spring, so but doesn't
Oh,
look like it.
yeah. Right. Beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
the jacket.
Yeah. Exactly.
Congratulations with the new album.
Oh, thank you, man. Yeah, appreciate that.
So mixed ape.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's awesome. Received it. I think it was yesterday or the day before.
Cool.
I just been going
Yeah,
through
man.
wrote down a few little notes and very different. It's great.
I know. Yes, it's. Yeah, I guess the title was sort of trying to suggest that it was a mixed bag. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
So, yeah, how would you describe it? I mean, someone said, what style is this band? It's like a punch. What would you say?
So most of the time, I kind of say 90s inspired alternative rock. Um, that's, and then if anyone needs to kind of like go a little bit deeper than that to kind of understand what that means,
Yeah.
I'll kind of reference, early Faith No More, early Incubus, a little bit of Chili Peppers sort of stuff going on in there.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, that kind of like, I guess that's sort of in a nutshell, sort of what we're going for, I
Yeah.
suppose. But we do have a bit of a heavier edge as well, I suppose. So kind of some modern metal influences as well. But yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
mainly that.
Yeah. How about Fishbone? Is that any influence at all?
Funnily enough, no.
No. Oh,
But
really?
yeah, I'm very aware of them. But it was just one of
Yeah.
the bands that I don't think any of us really ever kind of got into.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I know.
I mean, especially listening to this new album. There was one song, I think it was How We Operate.
Yep,
It's a part
yep,
in there that, very fishbonerish, but not, I mean, it's your own style, but
yes.
we picture them doing something like that.
Yeah, totally. I've had people mention that to me before, like, oh, like you got to listen to these guys and all that sort of stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, they're great. I mean, just the way you guys do all the different styles and blend it all together, it's pretty similar.
totally
Yeah. Uh, but
awesome.
but again, you guys do it in your own way, which is great.
Yeah, cheers.
So yeah, so the new album, just go through a couple of the songs, if that's okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, first of all, so who was the main songwriters for the album?
So, um, we do collab like a lot on them. So, there'll be it either goes two ways. So there'll either be like one member who kind of brings pretty much the whole song in, and then we'll kind of like tweak it and stuff like that. So, for instance, a song like "Too Old for This Shit"
Mm,
is
awesome
that's
song.
written by yeah, thanks, man. That's completely written by Jack, our singer. Um,
Yeah,
he's a exceptional songwriter as
yeah,
well. So um, and so we bring our parts in and stuff like that, but like the core of the song and the vocals and all that sort of stuff was written by him.
okay.
And also the last track, Heckle and Jive, was completely written by him as well. So, because he's a fantastic piano player as
Yeah,
well. So stuff like that. Um, how we operate is something that um, I wrote the majority of, like in terms of the music and all that sort of stuff. But then Jack comes in with his vocals and bits and
yeah,
pieces, and um, a song like Kamikaze was written by Reggie, our bass player. So he just brought that whole song in, and we tweaked it a little bit and all that sort of stuff, but he wrote it all.
mm,
Um, Heat Death Ray is kind of like all of us as well.
yeah,
I brought probably 50% of the riffs in, and then Reggie kind of like did the other half of it.
yeah.
Um, Yeah, and Blair he's so new to the band. He kind of like joined halfway through the recording of the record that
Oh, yeah, yeah.
he had his influence on those songs as well in terms of like writing the drum parts and all that sort of stuff and arrangements.
Yep.
But with the stuff that we're going to release after this record, he's actually an exceptional songwriter as well. Like he plays guitar and comes up with some insane riff ideas and stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So yeah, we all have our own thing. Simulate, that was written by Reggie as well.
Okay.
So yeah, he wrote like the bass line and all that sort of stuff. And I came up with the guitar part for it, which like really changed how the song was going to sort of flow and all that sort of stuff. But I mean, yeah, he's a great songwriter as well. So yeah, we all kind of like throw some stuff in there.
That's amazing. But you always find that, I guess, with especially bass players writing songs or riffs, and then once the guitar comes along, they just change it completely.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean, like for instance, that simulate bass line, like for the longest time, I was kind of like just listening to it. I'm like, oh man, what am I even going to do to this? Like, it just has so much movement, and it's in a kind of odd time signature as well. And I was like, I don't know, I could just do like a kind of funk thing to it or something. But then, kind of came up with a bit more of a bluesy sort of thing, and it just really changed like the direction, and no one really expected it to kind of go that way, which was kind of cool. So,
yeah, that's really cool. I mean, I guess the really thing I like about the album, pretty much all your songs, like you don't know what to expect next. You listen to the album, it's like, oh, this is. I mean, sometimes you listen to a band and you sort of get a feel of what's going to happen, and it's pretty much in that same vein, riff after riff. But you guys, it's just, I love it. It just especially being a muso, you appreciate what's involved in each different track.
Definitely, yeah. I think we definitely appeal to like the musician crowd, like the people who enjoy some of the technical aspects of it, and also just the fact that we kind of do mix it up a lot. So I appreciate that, man. I'm glad that you sort of get it. Other people would probably feel like it's a little bit disjointed, but we've always been like that, so we just kind of run with it.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. I mean, all the styles on the album I love. Like I love the funky stuff. I used to be in the James Brown tribute band a while ago, and
oh, sick, dude.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Nice. Yeah.
But then I love my rock stuff. I love all I mean, I grew up on Van Halen and that type.
Yeah, I can see the guitars in the background there.
I got my whole wall here is painted the stripes. So,
awesome, dude. Awesome.
Yeah, so I like a bit of everything. I like classical as well, and it's just anything that sounds good melodies.
And we're all exactly the same, like we, funnily enough, Jack, like he doesn't even listen to heavy music. He is like, no, not at all. Like he listens to like funk and just groovy sort of stuff. Singer-songwriters, like anything that has a really strong sense of melody or like vocal harmonies and stuff like that. Like he's really into like a cappella groups and stuff. Whereas myself, Reggie, and Blair probably bring the heavier element to it. So yeah, he fits right in because obviously like we all grew up in the 90s and stuff, and apart from Blair, he's like way younger than us. But so he's got those influences like Tool and Faith No More and Incubus and Chili Peppers and stuff. But I don't think he's really kind of like moved past that. Like I don't think he really listens to like any modern sort of rock and metal stuff. So it's kind of interesting how it works. So yeah.
But I think it's good though. I mean, definitely the way you guys have spliced it all in together, it works well. I mean, you'd never know that he wasn't a rock guy, and he does it so well.
Exactly, I know.
I think in Simulate, I think it was that some of his vocal parts at the end there, where he's getting those high notes, like, oh wow,
Yeah, he's belting it.
Yeah. Exactly. That's really cool.
It is good.
Yeah. But talking about differences, like you mentioned before, the song "Too Old." I don't want to give it away too much. I mean, I suppose the album's released on, was it Monday?
Yeah, it's coming out on Monday.
Yeah, it should be right then. Too Old for this shit. That middle section where it just breaks down. That's crazy. Crazy good.
Yeah. That's like a real kind of Mr. Bungle influence and all that sort of stuff. Like trying trying to bring that in. But funnily enough, yeah, like we collaborated on that track with a previous member of the band who was in the band up until about 2013-ish sort of thing. Travis Jenkins. So he's a bro of ours and exceptional musician, jazz trained and all that sort of stuff. And he collaborated with Jack to come up with that middle section there, and yeah, wrote the bass part and all the horns and arranged it all and all that sort of stuff. And Jack had the idea for the vocal, and then yeah, they collaborated on that. So that was kind of nice to sort of bring him back into the fold and get him to work on a writing a song with us again. So yeah, so that middle section's whack, man.
Oh yeah, is that all real horns?
It is, yeah.
It sounds like it, especially when he goes off towards the end. It doesn't sound like a keyboard, you know. It sounds real.
No. Yeah. So we got a bunch of friends in to do that, all those parts, and tracked it all. So yeah, and lots of overdubs.
Yeah. Are you guys doing that live when you come down?
So we're not going to do it on this tour, probably because we ran out of time to kind of work out the arrangement, because we're going to have to, obviously we don't tour with a full horn section and all that sort of stuff. So we're kind of like trying to nut out how we're going to do it justice live without it coming off a bit fake sort of thing. So, but yeah, no, we wanted to, we're pretty much playing everything other than that song, unfortunately.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, that's really cool.
Totally.
Yeah, I mean, usually sometimes, you know, releasing a new album, there might be like 5 new tracks in the set, but that's great. It's really cool.
Yeah. We're conscious of that. Like, I mean, we always think about that. We're like, you know, sometimes when people come to see you, they don't necessarily want to see like all the new stuff that you're doing, but I feel like it's been long enough between drinks for us that it's probably going to be refreshing, I think, for people to sort of see the new stuff, I think.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So,
what, you were down, was it early this year? You were down here in Melbourne?
Yeah. We played at the Evelyn with Terrestrials and Seas of Titan. So a couple of really amazing Melbourne bands. So yeah, it was great. It's good fun.
I think they're doing your support this time too, aren't they?
They are. Yeah, we love them so much. We got them along for another show.
That's really good. Evelyn's great. That's where I did my the James Brown show. That was at the Evelyn.
Oh, cool, man. Yeah. Actually, we played there a few years ago as well, and then when we came back this year, I noticed they kind of like refurbed it a little bit. They sort of changed the layout, but it's still got such a great vibe. So yeah, I dig it. Yeah.
That'd be great. I can't wait. I'll be there.
Oh, excellent, man. I look forward to catching up in person.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just going back to the album again. So we spoke about they're too old for this shit. Now, the other one I was going to talk about, how we operate. So you just said you're the main writer for that one, is that right?
Yeah. So, the main kind of bass, I actually wrote the bass part for the most part for that song, and Reggie made it better. So yeah, I pretty much came up with most of the guitar parts and the verses and the heavy chorus and stuff like that. But the bridge section was like a collaboration which was brought in. Actually, Dane, our previous drummer, wrote that part. So yeah, that
was another standout. That song, I just love the way you got like the funky intro into the heavy riffs, and it really shows those different styles. So what's your influence with the funky stuff?
So I love that early Incubus sound. Like I think, and you know, when I listen to that stuff, it just sounds like they're ripping off the Chili Peppers, really. But like their first kind of EP, which was called Enjoy Incubus, was like really funky, and Science as well. Heaps of really cool like funk guitar licks in that, and so that was a big influence for me. And then also early Chili Peppers, Blood Sugar Sex Magic, and One Hot Minute for me. And then probably in recent years, like I really enjoy Wolfpack and like Corey Wong and his rhythm, like funk playing and stuff like that. So I'd probably try and steal some of his ideas.
Yeah. You do it so well though. Like the combination between the funk and the rock, works well.
Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, it's a conscious decision for us to do that because like you get the reaction to it live. Like you just go into a funk part or something like that, and then instantly just everyone starts smiling and dancing and stuff, and it's just like, yeah, this is the right choice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, I
yeah,
mean, nothing beats that groove. Yeah, the fucking just letting the people get into it.
100%. The syncopations and stuff. So yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, and also that song I wrote down here, the great vocal harmony. So does Jack do his own harmonies for the recordings?
yeah, he does. Yeah, we have to sometimes reel him in a bit because he's like, oh, I've got this idea for harmonies, and because we record all of our stuff ourselves, and
Yep.
we'll be sitting there, and he's like, oh, all right, just like, so I'm like, how many tracks do we need to set up, man? He's like, oh, maybe six. I'm like, really? Oh, okay. And then he was like, actually, and then maybe seven. Like, we'll put one more down, but we'll just see which ones we use. And I'm just like, okay. So yeah, we joke about it, calling it the Jackestra because it's
Oh
like
yeah.
his vocal harmony just layering up so many. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's got a great ear for it. So yeah, we don't want to like hold him back because it
Yeah.
just sounds so great. So
It does, yeah. And especially that song
yeah,
stands out.
yep, appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's his background? I mean, he like play the keyboards and sing. So
Mm.
what did he like? Was he like a a bachelor degree or something, or I don't know?
Funnily enough, no, he's like self-taught,
Wow.
and so we went to high school together,
Mhm.
um, back in far north Queensland,
Yep.
and we used to jam in bands back in the day, and it was like he was always on keys and
Okay.
stuff like that. But then we moved to Brisbane together and got a house and stuff in the early 2000s,
Mm.
and at that stage it was just the two of us, and obviously we had all this music that we wanted to play and we wanted to form a band,
Yeah.
and he was like, look, I'm going to give singing a crack, and just over the years he just got so good at it, like it was just like he was never a singer, and then like he just really dedicated so much time to the craft,
Yeah.
and just got so good.
Yeah.
and it was like it was really amazing because it just makes you think that, yeah, it's just like any instrument really, like as long as you put the time into it,
Yeah.
um you're going to suck at first, and then if you just keep going, all of a sudden you just become amazing. So yeah, and so he was always just a keyboard player, um like really great at keys, and he just has this amazing natural ability for melodies and rhythms as well. Like he's actually like he's self-taught, but like he knows all of the music theory stuff, and it's
Yeah.
just like crazy.
Yeah.
Whereas like Blair is our drummer now is like jazz trained, like he went to the con and all that sort of stuff, and
Okay.
he does know all the theory. Myself, no, I'm just
Yeah.
you know guitar, nah, don't need to know theory. Um, and same with Reggie, our bass player. So we kind of like just play by ear. And I think Jack does largely, but like he just over the years has just really backed it up with like this really solid knowledge of
Yeah.
rhythms, melodies, chords. It's crazy. Yeah.
That's
So
amazing.
yeah, he's
Yeah.
very talented.
Yeah. Gee, so I really wouldn't expect that. I was like, by the sounds of it, when you hear it, it's like, you get those guys coming out of the colleges and, studying for years, and that's what it sounds like.
No, I 100% agree. But no, he's just got this insane natural ability. So some people get all the talent, man. So yeah.
Oh, that's really cool. Now, the other song, like I mentioned before too, that Heckle and Jive,
Yep.
the instrumental track. So you said Jack wrote most of that one too.
Mm,
Yeah.
yep. Yeah. So piano parts, all the main kind of riffs, were sort of, yeah, completely written by him. He just sort of handed that to us on a platter, and we were just like, "What the hell?" and, yeah, and it was a really hard song to play. So.
Yeah. Well, one of the things I wrote down here is it has a bit of everything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think the very last riff on that song is like a throwback to one of our very early songs that we wrote like years and years ago, and it never really saw the light of day, and we kind of just like wrote that linking passage to kind of get it to sort of fit on the end of the song, because it's very different to the rest of the song, so we had to kind of make it work, but we wanted to have it in there as a throwback to like some of our early sort of stuff. So yeah, technically that's actually from another song, but we're just like, hey, well, we wrote it, so we're going to put it in there.
Exactly, that's right.
And so it's got something for everyone, and even a sneaky little vocal in there as well. If you listen really hard, there's a little, there's no lyrics, but it's just like a vocal melody in there with some harmonies. So yeah,
go back and have another listen.
it'd be easy to miss. There's a lot going on. So yeah, but yeah, no, it's a very good track, and we'll be playing that live as well for sure.
Oh, cool. Yeah, totally. But like I said, though, the whole album is just amazing. Oh, the other one I wrote down here too is the other instrumental, the Linkmaster.
Yes.
But the timing is like crazy.
Yeah, that's cool. So that song we've played that one live quite a lot. Like it's was like one of our set openers for a long time, just because it was great. Like we would have like an intro song and walk on, and then just out of nowhere we would just come straight in on that riff, and it's quite heavy and syncopated, and it kind of it's a really big kind of impact. And so yeah, and then because we had the guys in the studio doing the horns, we originally Jack played the horn line on keys, and still does live, but he was like, oh man, we've got to track this as a horn part, and it came out really cool, really awesome. So yeah, that's a really fun one. We've been doing that one live for a long time, and it's a really good way to open the set. So,
yeah. And I guess that really describes the album too, like you were saying. It's, being a fun song. They all sound like they'd be fun songs to play live. It's not like, oh, this one's coming next, I want to play this. It's like everything's just something different.
Yeah, and that we do really think about that a lot. Like it's kind of interesting, but when you're sort of writing a song, because we're such a live band, like a lot of the times a song, when you're writing it, like you kind of visualizing playing it live to an audience, and you sort of, a lot of the time that dictates some of our decisions on whether we think it's good or not, like whether we think someone would enjoy it, would get the groove, would get the impact and all that sort of stuff. So it's there's only been a couple of songs in our career that we've done where we can't physically play them live. Not for not being able to, but like when you play them, they just don't really translate, sort of thing. So yeah, we've tried to really steer away from that now, and just because you'll always get people requesting those songs, and you're like, sorry guys, can't do it.
That's really cool. So so your tour starts September 29th in Brisbane.
Yep.
And you're working all the way Adelaide, Perth, Sydney, Canberra, Cairns, Townsville, Hobart, down in Melbourne on the 18th of November.
Yes.
And you're finishing on the Sunshine Coast December 2nd.
Yes, we are. So it's a big tour. So probably the most extensive one we've done in a long time. Especially by ourselves, because we've definitely done big tours like supporting other bands and stuff like that, but this is the previous one that we did earlier in the year, Crimpology, was like one of the first headline tours we've done in a long time, and that was just us sort of kind of getting out again and just sort of being like, hey, we're not supporting anyone, you can come and see us. You
Yeah.
can come and see us play a headline show if you want. And the response was really good, so we were happy about that.
Yeah.
And then this one's just going out in support of the album, again, headlining, just trying to give people a really good live show, make it super fun, and yeah, bring some new tunes on the road. So should be good.
Yeah. Now, I guess the main thing people are going to be asking is there going to be new YouTube clips advertising the gigs? Because they're hilarious. They're great.
Yeah, thanks, man. We've got a film clip coming out soon.
Oh,
So yeah, oh man, I'd love to do another skit, but like they always go down really well.
Yeah.
We haven't got anything in the pipeline yet, but never say never, because it's a good time, and every time we do one, we're like, oh, surely we can't top the last one. Like, there's no way we're going to be able to make it funnier than the last time. And lo and behold, we come up with some extremely stupid things. So yeah, but I think the film clip, yeah, will probably do a lot of the promo for us, and I think it's probably some of our best work yet in terms of film clips. So
cool.
yeah. So yeah, I think that'll take over a lot of the visual element of the promotion of the tour.
Yeah.
But,
So when's that coming out?
That'll be out mid-September.
Okay.
Yeah, so we're gonna have the record out for a couple of weeks, and then we'll drop a film clip after that, just so people gives people a bit of a chance to kind of digest some stuff first, and not just hit them with all this stuff to start with. So yeah,
no, that's good.
So yeah, so that'll be worth looking forward to.
Yeah, but those YouTube clips, they're so good. They're really different at like advertising the gigs. Especially like that was a Gig Fit one you did.
Oh yeah, that actually is probably one of my favorites, and I think that was a hard one to kind of top, I reckon. So yeah, love that one.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Trying to get the point across, when's the next gig?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We try not to take ourselves too seriously, but yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, in saying it though, like, you listen to your musicianship, and it's definitely serious music going on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even though there is the comic side of it, but yeah, the musicianship is incredible.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, it's we're definitely not just like messing around as mates, just smacking beers, like trying to have a good time. It's pretty serious when it comes to the music. So yeah,
exactly. No, I love it. Yeah, so, no, definitely look forward to it. I'll come up and say good day, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be great, man. I'd love to catch up, have a beer.
Yeah, do you get to spend much time down in Melbourne?
Yeah, I'd love to spend a bit more time in Melbourne, because every time we visit, we love it. But unfortunately, it's always just like a quick in and out sort of thing. Super quick. So, yeah.
Right. Yeah, no, that's great. But no, thank you very much again, and congratulations with the new album.
Thanks, man.
I'll get this out there real soon, this weekend probably.
Lovely, man. No, thanks so much, Adam. Appreciate the chat.
For sure. No, I'll see you November 18th.
Love it. Have a good one, dude.
All right, thanks, mate.
Cheers, man.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.